Obamacare is great, and it's really working. Sign up now.
You'll be able to keep your health care plan. If you like your plan, you keep your plan.
You like your doctor, you like your plan, you can keep your doctor, you can keep your plan.
The things I'm the most proud of were the more serious speeches, I think. Healthcare, economic speeches, and I think...
Lovett wrote the line about if you like your insurance, you can keep it.
You like your current insurance, you keep that insurance.
Huge impact. And you know what? It's still true. No. Yeah.
People who knew the law as it was being written knew the president wasn't telling the truth. And frankly, they wrote a regulation intentionally trying to get people out of the individual market. Look, they want the people to go into the exchanges. The whole point of the exchanges is to close down the individual insurance market over time.
Insurance companies don't like the individual market as it's constructed. They see the future. That individual market is going away. They don't want to invest in it.
Third largest health insurance company in the United States is pulling its plans from 70% of the Obamacare insurance exchanges it participates in. Aetna saying it will only list its plans in Delaware, Iowa, Nebraska, and Virginia next year.
Joining us is Zeke Emanuel. He is one of the architects of Obamacare, and every time he joins us, he smiles. I've seen you so many times smile your way through this failure, I am insisting on having my say. 17 states have one
Well, then you don't need me. You don't need me in the
coverages.
studio. If you want your stay, you don't need me in the studio. If you want me
That's
to answer your charge,
true, but I'm
that
waiting for
premiums
the
have
apology,
gone
which
up.
I'm not going to get. So tell me,
You're
how
not
do you
gonna get.
explain there are 5 states with one health care coverage and there are 17 states with this 1 or 2? That's accurate, isn't it?
Let me explain something. First of all,
We will start by reducing premiums by as much as $2,500 per family. I also have a health care plan that would save the average family $2,500 on their premiums. And if you already have health care, then we're going to reduce costs an average of $2,500 per family on premiums.
Huge impact. And you know what? It's still true. No. Yeah.
What's the White House saying about the huge increases in premium costs for consumers?
We got sacked really hard. We couldn't afford health insurance. Tried to get on Obamacare, couldn't afford it. So we got a huge penalty this year yeah, I'm ready for a change.
A recent survey of 148 insurance brokers shows Obamacare sending premiums rising at a faster clip than in recent memory.
I got my fine just like her in the taxes.
Yeah.
With Obamacare and the Affordable Care Act, it's skyrocketed the price of health care, and it's made care so much harder to find.
I fractured 2 discs in my back in the military, and the VA insurance coverage that I have from that is not even enough to satisfy the IRS insurance mandates. So I got to pay a fine for that, and I've seen it with my parents too. Their insurance has gone down a lot. My dad, he's paying over $300 a month now for heart medication. It used to be like his yearly total for his copay. The deductibles have gone up. I don't know, anyone who's saved money with Obamacare.
$100 out of each check, and then $500 penalties, and then it goes up from there. Upwards of $5,000 a year. They'll just take it out of your account. And then it gets rid of a lot of the charity care that was already there, lets the insurance companies lower the standard of care. And the Supreme Court ruled and said, yes, it's a tax, and the IRS will enforce it.
And the fight is over Obamacare. Drudge taking to Twitter to make that announcement. Just paid the Obamacare penalty for not getting covered. I'm calling it a liberty tax. But a White House representative firing back, tweeting, flat lie, no fee for previous years. Scary how much influence he once had.
As you know, the individual mandate in the bill contains a tax penalty for anyone who does not purchase health insurance. Let me now read to you from the bill how that penalty is enforced. 1. In general, the penalty provided by this section shall be paid upon notice and demand by the Secretary, and except as provided in paragraph 2, shall be assessed and collected in the same manner as an assessable penalty under subchapter B of Chapter 68.
Now, new data from the IRS reveals that in 2014, over 8 million Americans paid a staggering $1.7 billion in Obamacare Obamacare penalties. And we know that that number is expected to be even higher, much higher in 2015, 2016, and beyond.
Professor Gruber, what did you mean when you said they proposed it and that passed because the American people are too stupid to understand the difference?
When I said that, I was at an academic conference being glib and quite frankly trying to make myself seem smart by insulting others.
Are you offering the venue as a defense for saying it or for meaning it? What did you mean when you said it was a very basic exploitation of the lack of economic understanding of the American voter? What do you mean by that?
Once again, it's another example of my inexcusable arrogance in trying to insult others to make myself seem smarter.
What did you mean when you said you wish that you had been able to be transparent, but you'd rather have the law than not?
Lack of transparency is a huge political advantage. And basically, call it the stupidity of the American voter or whatever. But basically, that was really, really critical to getting the thing to pass. And, it's the second best argument. Look, I wish Mark was right. We can make it all transparent, but I'd rather have this law than not.
Welcome to the State Department. I think we have some interns in the back. Welcome. Good to see you in this exercise in transparency and democracy.
Is that what it is? 35 million people or more, I haven't checked in a year or so, have gone from full-time employment to part-time under Obamacare and then lost any benefits they had. And by the way, employers want to pay people more. They want to find the really good employees. They want you to then be taken care of and want to stay there and then help find other people. So once you get kicked out of full-time, you're never even seen as somebody that works there. So now upward mobility has been 35 million people like that went to part-time. You didn't get Obamacare. The prices of health care have more than doubled. That's on average. It's gone up even more for a lot of people. And there's penalties. And they sit up there and they look at you and they go, it's a lie. The same guy that thinks there's giant wasp under the UN building, Alex Jones, says that you can't keep your doctor and that there's death panels.
Waging war on corruption. It's Alex Jones, coming to you live from the front lines of the InfoWar.